TOBIAS LILJA will not be returning for the whole of Little Nightmares 3. You heard me right. Unfortunately, the musician who created all of the music for the Little Nightmares franchise will not be returning fully in Little Nightmares 3. Before I say why, I would like to say thank you to everyone who joined the stream that I did on Friday and Saturday. Also, I would like to introduce a new section of the video where I show some fan art from my Discord. If you'd like to see a fan art in the next video, submit it in the art section in my Discord server. The link will be in the description. So, first we got this amazing fan art from that alien. It looks like it's me holding a water bottle while in a black room and I'm wearing a gnome hat. We also see drawings of Mono and Six on the side. I can tell that you put a lot of effort and a lot of detail into my face. Thank you. Number 2. This incredibly well drawn picture from Spider Lily, the radio demon. As we can see, there are lots of Little Nightmares characters. It looks like the runaway kid is coming out of Mono and the girl in the yellow raincoat is coming out of Six. In the back, we also see silhouettes of the lady and the thin man. It looks like the lady is directly behind Six and the thin man is behind Mono, stating the theory that Six is the lady and the fact that Mono is the thin man. Thank you so much for your fan art. Again, if you'd like to submit your drawings, the link to my Discord will be in the description. Also, I'd like to mention some very sad news. If you didn't know, a few hours ago, Supermassive Games posted this tweet. It's no secret that the games industry is currently facing significant challenges, and unfortunately, we aren't immune to this. After much deliberation, and with deep regret, we are therefore undertaking a reorganization of Supermassive Games. As a result, we are entering into a period of consultation, which we anticipate will result in the loss of some of our colleagues. This is not a decision that's been taken lightly, with many efforts made to avoid this outcome. We are all too aware how unsettling and difficult this process is going to be for all our employees, and will be working closely with all those involved to ensure that the process is conducted as respectfully and compassionately as possible. We're committed to focusing our efforts on our core strengths and upcoming titles to ensure the continued sustainability of the company. That's right. You heard that right, guys. Supermassive Games is essentially going bankrupt. This is terrible news for us as the Little Nightmares community and basically any Supermassive Games fan. So, the word consultation basically means that they are running out of money. As we can see, that Supermassive is going to try to fire some employees to see if that will save the company. Supermassive has also said that they will be working harder on their upcoming titles. Fortunately, Little Nightmares is included in their upcoming titles. This could mean that Little Nightmares 3 will release sooner, but it may be rushed. This also means that they will be focusing on their upcoming titles, so their upcoming games, rather than future projects. Like for instance, Little Nightmares 4. Another possibility is that Bandai could give some of their money to Supermassive to save the company. Hopefully Supermassive can think of a solution and this will all blow over soon. Now, back to the video. This video is more of an informative video than a theory, but we can speculate on who will be taking Tobias' place. A few days ago, I texted Tobias saying, "Hey Tobias, quick question. Will you be doing the music for Little Nightmares 3? I know you've already done the music for the reveal trailer, so I'm hoping you'd make the whole soundtrack." Tobias then responded with, "Hello, I'm involved with some work on Little Nightmares 3, but not in the same way as on previous games." This tells us that Tobias will not be working on all the music for Little Nightmares 3, given the fact that he says, "I'm involved with some of the work on Little Nightmares 3, but not in the same way as on the previous games." I then responded with, "Oh, that's unfortunate. I take it that a new musician will be taking over the rest of the game. If you don't mind me asking, how much of the game will you be doing, or will you at least be doing the menu theme?" I also said, "Also, sorry to be a pain, but I have to know. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, and I completely understand if not. But why will you not be returning? I don't understand, considering your music was perfect in all Little Nightmares games. I don't know why they would not want to have you back. A few hours later, Tobias responded with this informative reply. I was still an employee at Tarsia when they were acquired by Embracer. After that, Bandai looked for another studio to make Little Nightmares 3, and I was not a part of that initial process. Now I'm a freelance and can work with any publisher I want. This may sound like a bad thing, but in reality it is amazing. This basically means that Tobias worked for Tarsia Studios when Tarsia didn't want to work on Little Nightmares anymore. Unfortunately, when Bandai was looking for another studio to take over, Tobias was not included in that because he worked at Tarsia. After Bandai found Supermassive, I take it that Tobias quit and became a freelance. A freelance is when you choose what and who you work with. While on the edge of my seat, I eagerly replied, that's a tough situation. I'm sorry about that, Tobias. Look at the bright side though. At least you're a freelance. Hopefully, Bandai will make the smart decision of having you back for every Little Nightmares game. Do you know by any chance on who will be taking over the rest of Little Nightmares 3? Thankfully, only a few minutes later, Tobias responded with one final message. I actually have a good relation with Bandai, so it's not a problem really. And yes, being a freelance is very nice. I can't discuss any details about Little Nightmares 3, but I'm sure Bandai will announce more info soon. I cannot thank Tobias enough for answering the questions I need an answer to most. Unfortunately for us, as the Little Nightmares community, this means that another composer and musician will be working alongside him. But who will this be? We don't know the answer to this question and are obviously not supposed to know this information, considering Tobias said, I can't discuss any details about Little Nightmares 3. This is unfortunate, but that doesn't mean we can't theorize about who will be working alongside Tobias. After some long research, I have finally come to the conclusion that the person that will be working alongside Tobias will be Thomas Rozes. If you don't know who Thomas Rozes is, he is a French composer. Thomas worked on every single episode of The Sounds of Nightmares. Not only did Thomas work alongside Tobias while making the music, but he also directed every single episode of the podcast as well. By just listening to the podcast, I'm sure we can all agree that the theme is one of the best pieces in Little Nightmares history. If you haven't listened to the podcast, it is this music here. From knowing this information, we know that Thomas is an amazing and an essential part for the Little Nightmares franchise. Thomas would be the perfect person to work on the music with Tobias, considering he is familiar with the Little Nightmares franchise and working with Tobias. Hopefully, the mystery person who is working on the music will be Thomas Rozes. Now, moving on to the comments. The first comment is by Altac GB7GO. Altac says, 323. As you can see, that picture looks a bit too much like the mole. I think we will pass through there and maybe see the aftermath of what 6 did to the mole, with the lady dying. But I don't think we'll spend the entire chapter there, but I wouldn't complain if we did. Altac is talking about this screenshot here. I totally agree with you. It does look like the Maw, and I would absolutely love to revisit the Maw in Little Nightmares 3 for a chapter or so. Unfortunately though, it does look like it is raining in the screenshot. Although, this could be the Maw flooding very slowly. I don't think that there could be so many perfectly shaped raindrops in one place though. Thanks for your comment. That alien says, I have a theory that the hand monster we see in the trailer could be a warped version of a Rat King. I believe the monster is in the middle and it lurks for the children and makes it a part of it, explaining the long but not massive hands we see on most monsters. So, I believe that the children do grow and those hands are teenagers. Now, Lo and Alone are in the sewers with it. It wants to make them a part of it. This is a very interesting and an amazing idea. I would love to see that Giga Roger is a Rat King-like boss in the third game. The backstory you gave to the character is also incredible, and overall I love this idea. I also love the fact that you put it wants to make them a part of it. This makes the villain 10 times scarier. Thanks for your comment. This video has been a very sad video, considering we've learned the fact that Tobias will not be returning for the whole of Little Nightmares 3, and that Supermassive can go bankrupt. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe, and most importantly, leave your theories down below for a chance to be in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.